welcome to the Eugene Torto YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody that subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, go down there, hit the subscription button, notification bell, share, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, leave comments in the comment section down below of this video. All that's supposed to help my channel grow. I'm trying to get monetized, help for pay for all these projects that I have going on. Today's video will be about getting the differential back in. I got the heat going in here. I just cranked it up just a few minutes ago. So it's starting to warm up in here. And I'm going to get this differential back in. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get it in, get the C-beam bolted up. Of course, get these batwing bolts in, of course, because that's what supports it. And anyone's not familiar or haven't seen my other videos, that's what this is referred to. This aluminum structure back here, actually makes up the rear of the differential cover. It also supports the, I always refer to them as control arms, but the lower control arms, they're actually called spindle rods, but they support them, and they support the transverse leaf spring. And it also supports the tie rod. So this actually does quite a bit. So I'm going to go get the work to getting this back in, get some more light under here, get this up on that there. If anyone's wondering what this weighs, this is all aluminum, even though I haven't painted the differential up here, painted black. It's actually all aluminum. Weighs, I believe the differential itself weighs around 75 pounds. Throw on the batwing, which is pretty light. It's all aluminum. So, say 80-85 pounds the most. And it helps have a good jack. Like I got this transmission jack. That helps a lot. Works better if you got two people, because that definitely makes it a lot better. But I'll get that sucker up in there, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, before I go any further, I lifted it up, put it on the jack that I'm using. This floor jack, unfortunately, doesn't have a real low profile. That's the only bad thing about it. So I have to sort of sneak it in and wind it in through under here. I'm also working on this incredibly rough concrete floor, which is almost the equivalent of gravel. So it always helps to have a smooth, level surface. But anyway, let me get the going under here some more. Okay, I figured I'd turn this thing off. Okay, I figure I'd stop and mention I have a jack underneath the transmission pan. That's what's supporting the transmission up right now. And I had to stop for a minute, lower it a little bit to get the C-beam down. Now, the one thing when you lower the trans down, you're also lowering the motor, and what you have to do is be real careful, because if you lower it too much, even though I have plenty of room back there, you could, even though I've never done it, I've heard of people lowering, I guess they must have lowered it quite a bit, and ended up damaging the distributor cap, either breaking it or damaging the distributor. You would have to lower it quite a bit for that to happen, though, I have to say that. At the moment, I got the C-beam, or the nose of the differential up into the C-beam. I have, and hopefully you guys can see that, the batwing ends up into their mounts. I just got to stick a screwdriver in there and line them up and get the bolts started. And once I'm done that, I can actually I'll have to jack that C-beam up a little bit to help line up the C-beam bolts, and then put those bolts in, and this will be secure. So I'll get to work on that. Okay, I got the batwing bolts in and the nuts started, and I'll wait till I get the C-beam bolts in and torque everything down. One thing I want to mention, whenever you go to put these bolts back in, all the bolts from the factory have this coating on, and that's to prevent it from, because of the difference in the metal and the aluminum, and that prevents corrosion. So even though that coating's on there after all these years, I still go ahead and I put a light coating of anti-seize on the threads. You only need a light coating. You don't need to put a thick coating on there. Just a little light coating will do you. Make sure you keep a rag handy, and make sure you pair rubber gloves when you handle that anti-seize, because as people who've worked with it before know, you will end up entirely covered with it, and everything you touch will end up getting that anti-seize on, and it makes a mess and it's hard to get off. So keep that in mind. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get the C-beam bolts in. It does require, using a alignment tool of some type, a screwdriver. I ended up using a short punch and to get those C-beam bolts in, and then tapping it in with a small ball peen. Same's going to probably be with these. I think I've had them in the past where they just slid right in and I got lucky. And probably the most difficult part is holding the wrench on the nut up top, over the top. Well, you put in, as you screw in the bolts, tighten the bolts up. So that's probably the hardest thing. I always thought about making a special wrench for that, but I just never got around to it. But I'll get on with that. Alright, I got these torqued down. Now it's better if you can torque it from the nut side. I wasn't able to do that because of the sockets I have. If I had a medium length socket, I would have been able to get under here and clear it as part of the frame rail. If I wasn't able to do it, I torqued it from the other side. It's no big deal. And one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to take these straps off that hold the universal joint caps on. And I forgot to do it on the nose of the differential too. So just before I put the C-beam bolts in, I had to stop and finagle and get those off. So if you have them on like I have, I put them on so I wouldn't lose them. But if you do something like that, remember to take them off before you slide your differential into the car. So anyway, that was this ain't no big deal. It'll be easy for me to get these off. Taking maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to stop right here. I'll probably go ahead and connect the drive shaft universal joint to the differential, and that'll be it, and I'll call it a day. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and go down there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And everybody have a good day, and God bless.